Hello Internet, welcome to GED. Today we have some delicious breakfast Hot Pockets with maple bacon, and we're talking about how Battle for Azeroth is taking shape. So hello once again guys, we have three and they're all the same. I believe they are egg, maybe potato, and bacon Hot Pockets for breakfast. They're pretty hot. I just microwaved them, but let's see if we can open one up. Heck, let's just... Oh, they definitely have cheese in there. Check that out. Looks like just a simple cheddar cheese, but we'll try to open them up, see what they look like. Oh yeah, these are definitely good. You can taste the mapley bacon, the cheddar cheese, the egg. It tastes very much like a biscuit wrapped omelet, but it's so much cheaper and probably just as good as any of your fast food options. But again, it is extremely hot. I don't really see any potato. Looks like primarily maybe there's ham, bacon, egg, and that cheddar cheese. Still pretty full though. I mean, you know, in terms of Hot Pocket stuffing. For an easy 2-minute grab-and-go meal, these are, yeah, A+. Highly recommended. I'm sure with the cheese and bacon, though, the calories are not too light on these. Although they're fairly big size. I mean, about half my hand. Even though my hands look big on camera, they're not really that big. We need a banana for comparison. But anyways, today's discussion is Battle for Azeroth and how it's really coming together. I've been looking at all, you know, the videos of Bellular and Preach and all the reviewers, Pyromancer. If you don't know who any of those three people are, you should go and YouTube them right now. But all the classes are getting their tweaks, getting their talent changes, not challenges. Their talent changes, their ability changes, their scaling, their working the dungeons. And my class, the Death Knight, which I play on Holy in Blood, is really looking fantastic. Like they're doing a lot to change it up a bit and change the gameplay to get away from the Legion nonsense while still retaining some of their core abilities. I was watching rogue videos. Rogues are getting all sorts of talent swaps and ability swaps and all that stuff. I haven't really seen too much of Warrior or Monk, really, because I guess they haven't been changed too much recently. But Boomkin is also really cool looking, even though apparently in beta it's kind of weak. Let's see, what else? Priests are visually amazing. Their new talents and new abilities are just so cool. And as well, Shamans. Shamans are also doing pretty good. Oh, this one. Oh, let's see if you can get that steam. Ooh. But all in all, I think the whole expansion is looking pretty dang cool. Even though I've still seen that maybe the Alliance side of questing is not as cool as the Horde side, but I think at endgame it won't really matter, because in the end the quest lines are just there to get you to the, you know, max level. It's the dungeons that are going to be amazing. The war fronts, which we still don't know a whole lot about. I mean, we've seen some gameplay, but how it's going to look in its final stage, you know, it could evolve I can't even think of it, drastically. And just I hope for one thing that Warfronts and the island conquests, that you're not just mining and harvesting wood and ore for the majority of those, because that can get quite tedious if you're just right-clicking on stuff all the time. I hope Blizzard really does a good job of making the combat fluid, integrated to the goals of the scenarios, and just making it feel like you're a hero. I think the next time I have these, maybe a little bit of salsa, or I don't know, some sort of spicy sauce would, maybe Tabasco, would kick up these a lot. You know, because Tabasco or salsa on an omelet, which basically that's what these are, would be amazing. For as cheap as these were, which, I don't know, maybe a dollar something a piece, even though I bought them in a big box, they sure do quite a good job with the Hot Pocket filling on these. Lots of cheese, lots of bacon. Ooh. The bread is quite spongy, very biscuity. Check that out, guys. As far as Battle for Azeroth looks to you, let me know in the comments, because I'm up for debate on anything, because I think it's looking good. A lot of other people think, oh, they have to change a whole bunch of stuff to make it really shine, really capture people's attention. But in its core, if you like WoW, you like it for what it is. You don't want too many changes to the game. For example, like the cooldown system they're putting in, with the global cooldown being on everything, including trinkets, which is nonsense. But Guild Wars, a competitor game quite a while ago, had basically the same thing, and Final Fantasy, which is a competitor now, basically has the same thing, where everything is on a cooldown, including buffs. So I mean, they're trying to slow it down, but for a lot of classes it won't really matter, because you won't really notice it, or you'll put them in sequence macros anyways, and if you don't sequence macro, guys, you need to learn what that is. So basically you're just tapping one button a couple times to sequence out your buffs, but you know, who knows, it could be a disaster, it could be cool. Death Knights, as far as I remember, don't really care too much about the GCD, because most of our stuff was already on the GCD, apart from maybe like a defensive buff. So yeah, as long as they scale every class and make them cool, heck, it'll be awesome. One thing that I am concerned about is professions. I personally haven't researched much about professions, but I'm hoping that in this expansion they make professions meaningful, useful all the way until endgame, every single one of them. Give them all something that intertwines them with each other. Say like you need a blacksmith horseshoe to do an enchant, or you need a leather strap or a leather product to do a certain alchemy thing. Make the professions feel like they're needed, like they're required, like if you choose blacksmithing by level 119, you're not going to run out of recipes and just be completely useless for the rest of the expansion. Because that's the way it felt in Legion, where you'd get like one flare item, like a mount, or a, I don't know, like for example, for leatherworking, you got stirrups, which prevented dismount when you're getting hit. But, I mean, why would you choose the profession just for that one thing? When you could have, like, engineering or alchemy that's so useful, so much better than most of the other choices. They gotta incorporate professions and make them really, really worthwhile. Well, all we got left are crumbs. Guys, if you enjoyed these Hot Pockets, if you enjoy Hot Pockets in general, if you enjoy Battle for Azeroth in general, or in its current state, please remember to game, eat, and discuss everything mentioned in this video. Love you guys. Check you later.